Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. So let's start with some keys to victory for both teams in this ball game. Looking at the Miami Dolphins, I will go with a no-huddle offense early on in this contest. The Dolphins have tremendous personnel in their 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. You also want to force the Seahawks defense to think on the fly and make adjustments on the fly, and it will also keep a lot of the pressure out of the face of Ryan Tannehill. And also the backside defenders have to stay alert in this ball game. In the running game, the Seahawks do a lot of inside or outside zone where they're looking to cut the ball back against the grain. And also in the passing game, if you allow Russell Wilson out the back door, he can gash you on the ground and also can extend the plays with his legs. So the backside defense, in my opinion, has to be up to par in this ball game. And they also have to own the special teams units in this contest. Coverage units, return game. They can't give up cheap yards and points to Seattle. And for the Seahawks in this ballgame, they're going to have to win those one-on-one battles on the outside consistently. I like what I see from new defensive coordinator Vance Joseph's defense. This is a guy that believes in pressure all game long. And if these guys can't win those one-on-one battles on the outside, it's going to make things tougher for Russell Wilson and that entire passing game as a whole. And the Hawks' interior offensive line versus this Dolphins interior defensive line is the battle up front that the Seahawks have to win. And Ndamukong Suh is an outstanding defensive tackle, and if they can't keep him out of the backfield, their running game and also their passing game will struggle as a result. And finally, the linebackers in the passing game, I believe, for Seattle will play a huge role in this ball game. Ryan Tannehill is a guy that won't threaten deep down the field. He'll throw a lot of short passes, so it's going to be up to Bobby Wagner and company to rally up, make a play, and get off the field. This week versus the Seattle Seahawks is going to be up to that Dolphins passing attack to get Ryan Tannehill in a groove and also help him feel comfortable in the pocket versus that Seahawks pass rush. I'm going to show you how they can do that by utilizing the bunch formation or passing concepts out of the bunch formation. To show you what we're talking about here, I like the pistol set because it gets Tannehill away from the line of scrimmage. It also allows him to utilize his athleticism, and you can run east and west and also downhill, as opposed to when you're in the shotgun where you can only go east and west. So that's why I have him in a pistol set. And also, when you look at what we're going to do, you're going to have 1, 2, and 3. We're going to motion him in to create the bunch, right? So now the Seahawks defense, this cover 3 defense, will have to adjust. And the one way you beat zone coverage is by flooding the zone. And that's why we're going to have a flood concept going strong side. So what we're going to do on the backside, we're going to have this guy push up and run over. He's going to be a safety valve that's coming across the field. He's going to be actually your 4th option on this pass play. So we're going to have Tannehill open up, reverse out, fake the handoff here. He could either boot or set up. So what we're going to have this tight end do, he's going to work the flat. Second guy in this cluster, he's going to push up, boom, and go to the corner. Third guy is going to run the whip route. So now what you have a 3-layered route, and we're working touchdown to check down. So touchdown to check down. And this is something that Ryan Tannehill can easily do. It gets him on the move, gets him away from pressure. You can slide protect to keep everything backside. Push come to shove, he can run up. Or if he has time and he sees his backside dig clearing, he has a strong enough arm to drop that football in there for a big game. But this flood concept will put pressure on the free safety to pick a side, which will then open up that 4th option if he has time. If not, the 4th option will be him running the football. And I do think if he can take off a few plays in this ball game, it's going to loosen up this defense, give them something extra to worry about. But it's flood concepts like this versus a zone defense to where in which you can have success. So again, to make him feel comfortable, back him up away from the pocket. You don't have to put him in a shotgun situation. The pistol will do just fine. Flood concept versus cover 3 could lead the Dolphins to success. It's all about front side pressure. Quarterbacks will tell you they don't like pressure coming front side. Backside pressure they can deal with because they can kind of feel that. But front side pressure throws off your entire passing attack. And I think if Seattle is going to have some success versus the Miami Dolphins in their passing game, they're going to have to be able to create front side pressure. So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to tilt this tackle here. We're going to have him show as if he's going across the face of the center, but he's working this strong side A gap. We're going to have this defensive end. His job is to crash inside. We want to create opportunities to where you have these linemen pinching down, because we're going to send this backer right there as well. So there's your front side pressure. We're going to walk this safety back. He's playing his deep third. Got the safety here playing his deep third. Cornerback walks back, playing deep third. Zone coverage right there. Dropping him back. And the strong safety in this situation is going to be key. He's going to drop off into a zone. If this guy stays in and blocks, then yeah, he drops off into a zone. If he runs out, we're going to have him man up on the tight end. So he's just kind of sitting and reading that tight end. And 9 times out of 10, if this guy is blitzing, he may stay in to protect Ryan Tannehill, but they're still getting front side pressure. If not, you have a strong safety that's able to match up versus their tight end. So that's where you have to be. And these guys are in their traditional rush lanes like that. So you want front side pressure. You're trying to dictate a pass here to where you can make a play on it, either pick it off or bat it down. I think that's one way Seattle can apply pressure on Ryan Tannehill and put a lot of pressure on that Dolphins offense.
The biggest X factor in this game for the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, will be the play of their wide receivers. I think they have tremendous depth here at this position, and they can go 4 and even empty if they want to really expand that Seahawks defense. And if they can get this passing game going early, I think this is a matchup that they can win and definitely exploit. And for the Seahawks, I believe the biggest X factor will be the play of newly starting running back Christine Michael, who's done an outstanding job all preseason long. And can he carry it over to the regular season? Because if they can find that balance offensively and not rely solely on Russell Wilson, this offense can get back to what it once was when they had beast mode in the backfield. I like the Seahawks in this ball game. This is a very interesting matchup because I do think the Dolphins match up very well versus Seattle on a lot of different fronts. But I look at the biggest X factor being the quarterback play. I think when you look at Russell Wilson versus pressure as opposed to Ryan Tannehill versus pressure, you always have to side with Russell Wilson and that Seahawks offense.